So my presentation is over connecting nutrition and mathematics in the classroom. And part of what I see becoming a major trend in our school systems as well as our social lives is the connection of why nutrition is important to our children. And coming from a personal standpoint, as a person who has always kind of struggled with their weight and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, I think if I had been introduced to the lifelong effects of what could happen if I did not treat my body the way that it needed to be treated, and if I had been given the proper guidance as far as how to go about making healthy choices, my family was a great support system in making great choices and everything else. But then when I was at school and I was able to kind of make my own decisions, especially in high school, where you have a variety of areas that you can choose from as to what you would like to eat. And then as an adult, whenever you are out on your own and making your own personal choices, it's kind of a deal for me that it hits home. And having family members who have struggled from diabetes and who have lost their life to cancer, I wanted to take a standpoint and do some research on figuring out how I could take something so near and dear to my heart and share it with my students in a meaningful manner, and to where they would possibly not only be able to see the effects of what they're eating, but also how they can make better choices. So, one area that while I was doing a little bit of research on nutrition and mathematics is the media. The media has consumed our children with what they want rather than what they need. We are constantly seeing commercials for double meat, double cheese, and seeing different avenues that the children can go down as far as making poor decisions. And then our wonderful um, fast food restaurants are trying to take a step back and say, no, but we're offering healthy choices as well, with the apples in the kids' meals, having an under 550 calorie menu. But without our students properly knowing how to look up nutritional facts, be able to see how the calories and the sodium and the cholesterol are extremely high on some of these under 500 and healthy choices, our students are really kind of not being able to identify what a truly healthy meal is, based on what they're seeing in the media and being very misled. So, educating our youth comes down to two main facts: good choices versus bad choices. Obviously, even as an adult, it's easier to make some bad choices than it is to make good choices. But without the proper education and without our students actually understanding what calories mean, what the calorie count is for, and being able to go ahead and convert all of these different measurement units into their daily lifestyle and making it an easy access tool for them, uh, the research is showing that our students are still going to make very, very poor decisions. So it starts in our schools and it starts in our families with being able to make these decisions and showing our children the long term effects as well as the short term effects of making a good, healthy lifestyle change. So, what does the CDC say? The CDC says that obviously obesity is on a growth trend right now in the United States. Educational programs are being put into place in our school systems as well as nationwide by our president's wife, Michelle Obama. And overall, what we're seeing is that the general idea is that our students are not maintaining any type of nutritional lifestyle. They are eating very high cholesterol, high fat, high calorie content foods. They're not getting the proper nutrition as far as vegetables and fruits and water, and a lot of empty calories. And so, being able to identify these empty calories and how to avoid them is going to be the main goal. So, last but not least, is looking at the cycles and the applications and technology that our students can take away from this. it's a huge cycle. It starts with our families and the cultural background as far as what we are brought up to eat, what our culture deems excess or okay and not okay. And then it trickles down into our schools. And if our schools are making poor choices for us and offering certain um, venues for our children to go ahead and consume, then it's going to make a personal choice that much harder for our students. Some applications just from a personal standpoint for that I would like to introduce to my students through this project are things such as MyFitnessPal, to where our students can go ahead and count their calories, scan things in, and be able to actually see what a full day's meal is and how it affects their overall performance. So, with nutrition and mathematics in the classroom, I am hoping that with the education that I have just found and being able to identify the key components and showing our children how the content matches up with their everyday lifestyle, that our students will be able to make better choices for themselves.